Hey guys, in this video we are just going to try one or two more difficult algebra questions that involves using your skills of adding, subtracting and multiplication. Okay, so first of all let's correct the homework from last night. So this question was to remove the brackets and simplify. So let's go ahead and do that. We have 2x by x and we have 2x by plus 3. And we know 2x by x simplifies to 2x squared. And 2x by 3 gives me 6x. And that's my answer. Okay, then we have 3y by y. Plus 3y by 4. That gives me 3y squared. Remember, add the powers of these two. Plus 3y by 4 multiply the 3 by 4 gives me 12y. For our next question we had 3a by 2a squared. And 3a by plus 1. So 3 by 2 gives me 6, so multiply the numbers first. A by a squared, well that's a to the power of 1 that we know, so that becomes a to the power of 3. Plus 3a by 1 is 3a. So just remember we can't do anything with that because we have a 3a and a 6a cubed and they're two different things. Okay, let's look at this one. So we've 2p by 2p squared plus 2p by 2. 2p by 2p squared, well 2 by 2 gives me 4, and p, remember that's to the power of 1, by p squared gives me p to the power of 3. And then we have 2p multiplied by 2 gives me 4p, and that's my final answer there. The last question just had a couple of more terms, so let's look at the first one. So 3x by 2x squared, we have 3x, so plus 3x by 2x, and finally we have 3x by plus 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve that. 3 by 2 gives me 6. X by x squared gives me x cubed. 3x by 2x gives me 6x squared. So remember your little ones there. And 3x multiplied by 2 gives me 6x. And there's nothing I can do with that. That's my final answer. The one on the bottom then, so we have p by 2p squared plus, sorry, not plus, minus, so we can see a minus here, p by 2p, and p multiplied by 1, so plus p by 1. Okay, let's go ahead and multiply them then. So I have p by 2p squared, that just becomes 2p cubed. Again, remember the little imaginary 1 there. I have minus p by plus 2p, so we know that's going to be minus. Again, a little 1 there, a little 1 there. That becomes 2p squared. And then finally, p by 1 just gives me p. And that's my final answer. Can't do anything else with that. Okay, so let's combine the skills then that we've learned. So multiplication, adding and subtracting. Okay, let's first of all look at this. In each question, remove the brackets. So that's the first thing we need to do. Removing the brackets we know is another term for multiplying. And then simplify means add or subtract any terms that need to be added or subtracted. And that's our second step. Okay, so let's do our first step first. So we can see that we can multiply these here. So 2a by 2a squared And we also have 2a by 1. Then we have a by a squared. And a by 1. Okay, let's multiply those out first. So we get 2 by 2 gives me 4. A by a squared is a cubed. I have 2a multiplied by 1 gives me plus 2a. A multiplied by a squared is going to give me plus a cubed, because remember that little 1 there. And then plus a multiplied by 1 just gives me a. Okay, let us then check. So now we need to do the second thing, which is simplify. Is there anything there that could be added together? Well, I can see a 4a cubed and a plus a cubed and a 2a and a plus a. So let's go ahead and put those beside each other. So we have 4a cubed plus a cubed plus 2a plus a. Now you'll remember we said before that in front of these a's there is a 1 that we just never write in. Okay, so when we see no number in front, it means that there's a 1 there. So what I get then is when I add these two, I get 5a cubed. We don't do anything with the powers because we only do something with the powers when we multiply. Here we're just adding. And then I have a plus here, and 2a plus 1a gives me 3a. And that's my final answer. Okay, now let us try some brackets that have 3 terms in them. And we can see there's a couple of minus signs in here as well, so it's going to be a little bit more complicated, but we'll get through it. Okay, so we start off first by multiplying the 2y by each term that's inside of this bracket. So we have 2y by 3y squared minus, because we have a minus there, 2y by y. And then we have 2y, so minus 2y by 1. And for the next part then we have 3y, so we can go 3y by y squared, 3y by plus 4y, and 3y by 2. So that should be a plus sign. So we have plus 3y by y squared plus 3y by 4y plus 3y by 2. Okay, let's go ahead and multiply these then. So first of all we have 2y by 3y squared. So 2y by 3y squared. 2 by 3 is going to give me 6. And y by y squared gives me y cubed. Then I have minus 2y by y. So that's going to give me minus 2y squared. Remember to add the powers. Minus 2y multiplied by 1 gives me 2y. Plus 3y by y squared. So 3y by y squared gives me 3y cubed. I have 3y by 4y. So that gives me plus 12y, and then finally you have 3y multiplied by 2, which gives me plus 6y. Okay, final part now. Let's look to simplify this. So we've just removed the brackets, that's the multiplication part. Now we're going to simplify. Let's look at the terms that I have that are very alike. So I have a y cubed here, and I also have a y cubed here. Remember to keep the sign with it, because that sign's important. I have I have a mistake on my, that should be 12y squared. So I have a 2y squared here and a plus 12y squared there, so that's a minus 2y squared. And then finally I have a minus 2y and a plus 6y here. So let's go ahead and rearrange those first. So I have 6y cubed plus 3y cubed. I have minus 2y squared plus 12y squared. And then finally I have minus 2y plus 6y. Okay, adding those together, I get 9y cubed. I have minus 2y squared plus 12y squared. So that becomes plus 12y squared. Remember to use your calculator if you're stuck on the integer part. And then I have minus 2y plus 6y is going to give me plus 4y. And that's my final answer. I can't do anything else with that.